and welcome to another episode of Kuka with a Kūpuna. My name is Tony Silva. I'll be your host for today's episode. We're here with Auntie Kaʻala, and today's topic, we're going to be talking about old style Hawaii and living in those times as compared to, say, our times, our modern day times now. So let's just get straight to it. Auntie Kaʻala, tell us where you're from.
Well, originally from Nānākuli, grew up in Nānākuli, and on Homestead, we lived first road, first house.
For those of you who don't know, that's how we refer to certain areas on the west side. If you're from Nānākuli, first road, second road, third road, Makaha, same thing, you know. So that's how we give a directive. When were you born? What year was it?
In 1949.
1949, growing up in that area. And what type of house did you have?
Well, we lived in a Quonset hut. There were two houses on the property. The main house, which was a wooden house, my auntie lived in, and then we lived in the Quonset hut next to hers.
You know, for a lot of these kids, they don't know what a Quonset hut is, or it's kind of like a half circle shape.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a metal thatching roofing.
Metal aluminum roof.
Aluminum, which goes around the entire home. Correct?
Yes, like half of a circle, I guess, you know, half moon.
Half moon house. And these are very, very common in the 40s, 50s, growing up in these areas. And the mom and dad met and grew up there?
No, my mom and dad, my mother was from Papakolea. And by that time, my dad and my grandpa and them moved to town. So actually, my father was a soda jerk, you know, worked in the soda fountain. They called them soda jerks.
Oh,
and
wow.
that's where he met my mom, from Papakolea. So they came from like two different worlds. By then, my grandfather, when he moved everybody to town, he kind of like moved up a notch. So
oh, he was townie now.
They're now the townies, okay?
Yes.
And so yes, my mother's family's Papakolea. My mother was half Hawaiian, half Dutch.
Ooh.
So my grandma was pure Hawaiian, and my grandpa was from Holland. And they met because he was a seaman and came here to Hawaii. And then on my dad's side, it was my grandpa, Albert Akana, married Rita Pangelina, and she was Chamorro.
Oh,
so
nice.
my dad was kind of mixed up. He had Hawaiian, Chinese, Chamorro, everything. And my mother.
You get quite a bit in there. Norwegian, Chamorro, Hawaiian.
All that mixed stuff, yeah. But yeah, so it worked out, and we lived in town for a while, and then we finally settled in Kailua on the windward side.
Oh, that's huge over there now.
Yeah, so we lived in Ola Mamo for about 30 years and enjoyed it. You know, it's
beautiful, beautiful area.
Nothing like the windward side, you know. So I still live on the windward side, and when I gotta come to town, I just come to town, do what I gotta do, and then back over on the, you know, just coming over the Pali is a sight to see, you know.
But let's take you back to those childhood years. You were in the west side for how long?
We're in the west side until I started kindergarten. And you know, back then, nobody locked their doors.
Right.
We just, you know, went to sleep. Cousins, anybody who came over, they were welcomed. We played in the yard. We had a big yard, and we had every single kind of mango tree you could ever dream of. You know, we had Piri, we had Hayden, we had Cigar, Chinese, Common.
All these
Hayden.
are mangoes, by the way.
Yep, all mangoes. And so my auntie and grandma.
You guys sold the mangoes too?
No, we gave them away.
Oh, okay. Pico mango?
Pickle, mango seed.
Shoyu?
Whatever, you know, and mango bread, mango cake, mango milkshakes, mango, everything was mango. But those were the days, you know.
And so you gave that away, but didn't have fundraisers back in those days.
No,
you know, that's
because everybody gave everybody, you know.
So never need to fundraise.
No, we shared.
Got it.
Shared. So and we even had tamarind. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Oh, that was really good. That was like crack seed.
In fact, tamarind now hard to find locally in the islands.
They bring it, I think, in from the Philippines.
Yes.
Yeah.
So growing up, you get good childhood, you fruits, eating good, nutritious. A lot of chores mommy and daddy giving you?
You know what? That's what we did when we first got up, and it was summertime. So we'd get up, do our chores, and then we could go. If we didn't do it,
What we talking? What we looking at if you
then
didn't
you're
do
getting
it?
punished. Okay, then tomorrow you're gonna have double duty.
Ooh.
You're gonna be raking the yard too. Okay.
Double duty.
Yep.
Tell us about double duty.
You know, okay, so back in the day, respect was a big thing. When your grandparents came to visit you or they came over, you just stood up and you went to the door and you greeted them or whoever was coming over. You didn't just sit there and wait for them to come in.
Correct.
No.
This is huge. Even nowadays in my ʻohana, yeah, you greet, and then when they leave, you better make sure you walk them out.
And you better help them, you know.
Yes.
Hey, Auntie, can I help you get something? And I've instilled this in my children, you know, so they know. And when you go visit somebody, you better not go with nothing, okay? You better be taking something to eat, something. Don't walk in empty-handed. Don't.
Correct. My grandmother would just call out people and just, what? You're not going to say nothing. You're going to sit on that couch and just stay there. Like, wow, man. She called you out, whoever it was in her family that did that.
Yeah. We just never did that, you know. So it was just automatic. I guess from small kid time, you know,
learned this.
We learned it. You know, you didn't know that you were learning it. You just did it because everybody else was, all your cousins and sisters and brothers, they were all doing it. So it was, okay, we're going to do that. And it was the right thing to do.
Right.
Little did we know it. But yeah.
You're going to end up doing this yourself when you grow up.
So yeah.
Yeah, and then as you're growing up, you do the chores, and you would learn very quickly. If you're not going to do your chores, you get double duty, so you never.
Oh yeah, we got to rake the leaves out in the yard, man. And that stupid big plum tree had plenty rubbish, and then the kiawe trees in the yard. Oh, and if you didn't wear slippers, man, those thorns were so big. Oh God, yep.
You're going to get that, and that's before they had Waianae Comprehensive Center.
Oh, way
there,
before. Oh my God.
So you get poked with one of those, you have to go ahead and take care of your own.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how come? What's the matter? Oh, I forgot to put on my slippers. It's like, oh my God, yeah.
So the slippers back then, tell me a little bit about that. What kind of slippers we're looking at?
You know, I don't know if I should have bought a pair, but anyway.
You still get?
I have it in the closet, okay? This is, okay, it has velvet straps, and it has like a matted top, and the bottom is cork.
Oh, we would have loved to have seen that.
And it's not, you know, the shape of a foot. It's kind of a rectangle.
Well, I tell you what, if you can send us a picture of
I will.
that would be great. We'll go ahead and show our audience that would be awesome just to see that. And the fact that you kept it is really awesome.
I have a couple pairs.
If you got wearing your cork slippers, if what you say is true, and you step on one of those
no worries,
branches,
man. Yeah.
No problem.
Yep. Yeah, so.
And you can cut them off and put them inside a bottle of wine at the same time. Perfect.
Yeah.
So tell me about the discipline back in those days, maybe compared to how our grandkids are.
Well, you know, we never answered back because if we dared to, we would get a whap or the look, okay? And after the look from your father, ooh, you better.
Oh man, sometimes the look more worse, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have to let that thing burning inside you.
It was. My father was a disciplinarian. My mother, you know, she would let us slide, but you knew that when he was home, oh, you better be up there and
on your toes,
doing whatever you're supposed to be doing.
You better get your ears open when Daddy walk in.
Because otherwise, you get the, and you know, and they stretch your earlobe. And it's, or you get the whap.
Sorry, Auntie. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at what I went through.
Oh, yeah. Because we get the whap.
And that little whack, like with a flick of the ear.
So sore, man.
So you got the flick of the ear. For those of you who don't know, you got the flick of the ear, the whack aside of your head.
Yep.
Pull your hair. Yeah, this is all legalized correction back in the days.
Yeah, and today they call that child abuse.
They call it child abuse.
But
it was to get your attention. And they got it quickly. If it wasn't the slipper flying across the room or a quick, it's like, oh. And it was just a warning to let you know that, hey, I'm asking for some certain things to get done here. You need to pay attention.
It's like, man, you better. You know, I remember we had gone to a barn dance with my parents. And
where were you at that time?
I think I was like 9th grade, and I just got my license.
Ooh,
Okay.
freshman with the license
Yeah,
already.
so my mother said, okay, you guys, we were going to go, my sister and I were going to take the car, and then we were supposed to come back and pick them up. Well, we were late in picking them up, and they had caught a ride home. And so when we got home, my mother says, oh, your father wants to talk to you.
Ooh.
So I went in the room and said, oh, hi, Dad. He goes, where's your license? And back then it was paper license, yeah?
Right, right.
So he said, here, give it to me. So I said, okay. I said, oh, how come you're taking my license? He said, you know what I can do with it? I can rip it. And he ripped it. He ripped it in half, and then he ripped it again. And I said, oh, Dad. He goes, yeah. You guys were supposed to come back and pick us up, but you didn't. So guess what? You're not going to be driving for a while. Oh, okay, Dad, I'm really, really sorry, you know. He goes, okay. And then I went, a couple of days later, my sister and I were paddling for Kailua. And I said, oh man, how are we going to get there? I'm not driving. Hey, Dad, he happened to come home. Dad, we need a ride to paddling. So he took us, and we caught a ride home after that. But for a couple of days, he took us. And then, like, I think the 4th day, he said, hey, go get your license. He got tired of driving us.
Right, right. But the lesson had been learned.
Oh, yeah. We never did that again, you know. Oh, my God. When
that one went hurt when you was telling me the story, the ripping of the paper.
He goes, I can do this. And then I can rip it again, and he ripped it again. And
wow, he not only told you, but he did it.
Oh, he showed me.
Oh, my gosh. How I mean, wow, well, better just give me on whack and give me my driver's license back.
No,
you know what I mean?
no.
But to say, I can do this and do it, and then I can do this again and then do it. Oh, come on,
Oh,
Dad.
my God. And I said,
well, better you just give me one
that's
crack
all right,
and
you
it'll
know.
be good. Yes, yeah.
That was my father, though. He was kind of subtle when he was going to discipline us.
That one.
That's a killer,
that
man.
Subtle but effective.
Yeah, yeah.
So, talking about those days, what was one of those good ones you remember where you would have wanted to rethink what you had done because you had to get some form of correction?
Well, what else did we do? My sister was the one that always got us into trouble. But yeah, we had gone somewhere one night, and I said, hey, you know what? We got to be home by a certain day, at a certain time. And she said, yeah, I know. She said, but I'm going to go here with my friends. I'll be right back. She didn't come back right away.
Oh, no.
And I said, oh, I do not want to get in trouble again.
Right.
So I told her friend, I said, you know what, tell her I'm going home and call me later because I just got my license back, okay? And we ain't doing that again. So I left her, and then she calls me, she goes, I thought you were going to wait for me. I said, no, not all night.
Right.
So I told my dad, I said, oh, she didn't come home with me because she went somewhere with so-and-so. He said, oh, how's she getting home? I said, I might have to pick her up. He goes, well, you better call her up and pick her up now. By
he
then,
gave her a second chance.
oh, yeah, you know.
She got second chance.
So I said, oh, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
He's not going to be.
Thank God you went home.
Yeah, he was.
If you don't go home, it's a different story.
See, I was kind of like the good sister.
Yeah.
This sister right below me, oh, she was always getting us in trouble.
Yeah.
And I was kind of getting tired of it. Okay. Yeah, so I picked her up. I said, you know what? You're lucky. You're lucky I went home. And she said, why? And I said, because both of us would have been in trouble. And
So
I
you
saved
never
you.
let her forget it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. But
And
she was my buddy. You know, we were like 2 years
you and
apart.
your sister, you guys used to beef a lot.
No.
So you guys
We got
were close.
along pretty well, yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. Because
Yeah.
you got sister rivalry and, you know, always get
No,
sisters that fight.
If she wanted to do something, be better, I didn't care.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
I'm more better than you. You don't know
say,
how
whatever.
to kaholo. I
wanna
get
be,
nice
okay.
hula hands. And,
Okay, whatever.
right, right.
That kind of stuff never bothered me.
Got it.
You know.
What was the hardest? Sounds like you was the favorite of Dad. How many in the family? How many
There were
kids?
6 of us.
6. You was the oldest?
Yep.
Oh, interesting. A lot of our interviewees, they're the oldest of the families. And they've probably been through the most. That's why you have the most recollection
Yeah.
of these times.
So I started for my own family. My brother, my youngest brother, he said, you know, Kaʻala, I don't know anything about when you guys were growing up in Nānākuli. And I said, you know what? I'm going to tape it for you guys. I'll do that. And I started writing everything out so that I can just read it off and tape it, yeah?
Right.
Because when I was growing up in Nānākuli, my parents both worked. A lady the neighbor across the street used to take care of me. And their last name was Kane. And so when we moved out of Nānākuli, because I was with that family all the time, when we moved out, we still kept in touch with them, and then they moved to town. I would still go spend the weekends with them because I was really close. And then when we moved to Kailua, you know, I got older and we had other stuff to do. So my kid brother comes home and he says, "Oh, Kaʻala, I want you to meet my girlfriend. I'm taking her to the prom." So I said, "Oh, what's her name?" He goes, "Oh, Kirsty, Connie." So I looked at her and I said, "Who's your grandma and grandpa?" And she said, "Oh, Alec and Zerna." And I said, "Oh my God." And my brother is looking at me going, "What's the matter?" I said, "They were the ones that took care of me in Nānākuli way back." I said, "Oh, what a small world."
What is the age disparity between you and the youngest brother?
When I was graduating, he was starting kindergarten.
Okay, so it's about a 17-year gap. Oh, no. Well, he was kindergarten, so 4, 18, so about 14 years or so. Big gap. The one that he didn't know what was going on. Yeah.
I said, "Oh my God, I know your grandpa is gone." I said, "But I used to hang out with your aunties and uncles, okay? They were my buddies." And I said, "Your grandma took me everywhere."
Got it.
Yeah.
Favorite memory about mom and dad growing up? Favorite memory?
Every year, every Christmas, my father was a member of Kodak Camera Club back then. So these were amateur photographers taking pictures everywhere and anywhere.
Oh, anything to do with the Kodak Hula show that they had in Waikiki?
Well, they were...
That was more of promotions.
That was promotion stuff.
Yeah. But Kodak was very huge back in the day.
So my dad and whoever was in his club, they would shoot random photos and stuff for posters, for newspaper publishing, stuff like that. And every year, Christmas time, our family had to get together and we took the family Christmas picture, put it on the Christmas cards and sent it out for years. From the time I was little until even when I was married. My father called us.
Christmas.
Next week Sunday, we're taking pictures. Oh, okay. Got to do that, yeah.
Yeah, so that became a tradition for you.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I'm so glad my parents stopped doing that.
Oh,
for some odd
I
reason.
started doing it with my family.
You started to do it. So you do it now?
Well, after my husband passed, we stopped doing it, we kind of. But I told my daughter, I said, we should start up again. We can do it with all the kids and the grandkids, you know.
Right. Then you can see what's out there. So how many kids you have?
I have 3, 2 boys and a girl.
Their names?
Kevin, Kavehi, and Pomai.
And how many grandkids?
Well, I only have 4.
Oh, wow.
That's
You
it.
went light with those 3, yeah?
Well, I have 1 older grandson, and then the 2 girls came. My son has 2 girls, and then we have a little one. The 2 girls were in high school. 1 graduated this year. 1 more will graduate in 2 years. And then we have the 1-year-old. So there's a big span, yeah. But, yeah.
And then you were married to your husband, how long?
44 years.
And then he has since passed.
Yeah.
All right.
We had 44 good years.
And his name?
Walter Mokulehua. When I met him, I didn't know that his family was musicians.
Oh, yeah.
They were the Paradise Serenaders.
Yes.
Okay, so that was his mother playing the piano.
Very good.
And Uncle Billy adopted them, so he called them, that was their dad, because their father passed away a long time ago. And so it was my sister-in-law, and then my soon-to-be brother-in-law, Rodney Arias, was part of that group too.
Wow.
So it was just unreal, the music back then. Because we would go to my mother-in-law's, stop by, and she would have Auntie Genoa playing on the ukulele, and my mother-in-law playing on the piano.
Right.
And Melvine would be over there, and a couple of times we went over. Makaha sons were there when they first started out. Unreal. The music was just
So Walter Mokulehua is your
My husband, yeah.
Any Mokulehuas went to school, Kamehameha?
You know, I'm sure they're all related, like Burns.
I went to school with a couple of them.
Victor, Burns, yeah. A couple of them are in the fire department with my son, so yeah, there's a couple of Mokulehuas in the fire department.
Did that musicality rub off to your side?
It did. My oldest son, my mother-in-law, they would do luau shows, yeah? And so my oldest son can play piano because I sent him to piano school. I wanted him to read the music because my mother-in-law could only play by ear. She could play anything.
Yeah.
But
that's a gift.
Yep. Sure. So he would play with her sometimes, you know. And then now he does toides. He beats the toides for whatever shows that they may have, if they do. But he's in a drumming club that practices down at Magic Island once a week.
Yeah, I've heard him. I've heard him right there at Magic Island.
Oh yeah, well, that's him, you know.
I think it's Thursday nights.
One night a week,
evening.
okay, yeah.
I've heard them, and it's like 20 of them. You cannot miss them. That's beautiful, beautiful drumming. Okay, so what is your favorite moment with just mom, just you and mom?
My mom, just
because she sounded like she had more of the passionate side.
She would take me by myself, just she and her. We would go maybe one Saturday a month. We would go downtown, and we would have lunch. Sometimes at the Blaisdell Hotel, which is no longer.
I was about to say I don't remember.
Okay, that was on 4th Street Mall,
Hotel,
where HPU is now.
Okay.
Or we would go to Crest.
I remember Crest.
Okay, or we would have Woolworth downtown. Used to have a restaurant, so we could eat there. A small like diner area. We would go there. We would spend the whole day there. She would take me to buy something maybe at Liberty House when it was, there.
Another department store,
that
which
closed
is
down.
No longer in existence here.
And then on Bishop Street, we would then go to Alexander Young Hotel, and downstairs on the first floor there was a bakery, and they made these just fancy French-looking pastries. So we'd go buy pastries, and then we'd go home.
Yeah. Now this is something you guys would do on
We'd do once a month.
Wow.
My mom would just take me.
Oh yeah, and not your other sister.
No. She'd spend time with my sister, the one below me, or the others, but not because I was the oldest. Yeah.
Got it. And then one good time that you can share with us with just you and Daddy.
Oh God. My father was the disciplinarian.
So far as few between these moments.
He was kind of hard on us, but it was for a reason we realized later. And
do you regret it?
No, I don't. And I'm glad that he was the way he was.
Right.
I
think a majority of us will all say the same thing is at that time. It's like, how can this person that so-called gave birth to me or father and they be so mean and cruel to me? And then as we get older, say, well, I'm so thankful that they were able to steer me in the right direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with the beatings that I had obtained.
Or the wax or whatever, the wooden spoon.
Yeah. No, mine were more beatings since fine.
Yeah?
But I've totally forgiven them. And did I deserve it? I deserved it. Yeah. Probably deserved it. But nonetheless, not to take away. So between you and Daddy, what was that time?
With my father and I, my father would like to eat sweets, okay?
Oh yeah, that's right up my avenue.
He liked pastries, he liked cookies, and I guess that's where I get that from.
Yeah, till today.
Yep. Lily Her Bakery, here I am, okay?
Yeah. Cream puff, baby, come on.
Oh yeah, whatever you got in the showcase, I'm buying a dozen, okay?
Poi mochi sada.
Everything,
okay.
And so there used to be a bakery up on, what was it, School Street, I think. Anyway, it was called Dutch Girl Bakery. And he would take me there and go, he'd look at me and go, what you doing today? I said, oh, Daddy, I don't have hula today, so I'm going to be home. Oh, come on, let's go take a ride. So we'd go, and it's like, where are we going? He goes, oh, I was going to buy some butter rolls and some pastries. I said, Dad, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Why are we going so early? He goes, oh, no, I'm getting ready for tonight. So after dinner, my father would have his hot chocolate and his butter rolls and whatever else he wanted to eat. Yeah, and so see, we do that now.
Right. Following daddy's footsteps.
You know, at night, if I want to eat something, I say, "Oh, I'm gonna make me hot chocolate," and if I don't have pastries, I'm gonna make toast. Okay.
Yeah.
Dip the
Cinnamon.
toast in.
Oh,
dip
just
the
regular.
toast in the cocoa, and yeah.
Now, was your cocoa with just the water and the quick
no,
mix,
no.
or you got a milk hot?
Oh no, we had milk and we had sugar in it. Okay. We had the deluxe. Okay.
Oh, yes, that's the real one. That's the real hot chocolate.
Yeah. My mother would make it in a big pot for us, and that's how we learned how to make it.
Yeah, very good. We didn't have that. We had the quick mix.
Oh, okay. The kind you just pour in and then you mix it.
That's not hot chocolate with water, not
Oh
milk.
no, it had to be milk.
Oh,
Okay.
man. But you know what? I was still thankful because
Yeah.
for us that was like with the saloon crackers. Yeah.
Oh, my God, yeah.
The round pilot saloon. Oh my gosh, that was the bomb with butter.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Back then, and you know, kids nowadays, they don't eat. They look at you like, you having crackers, butter and crackers with cocoa or coffee? I go, yeah, try it. It's really good.
You know, your dad being the disciplinarian that he was, did you mother your kids like that in any way, shape, or form? Or was it more from a side of more passion?
No, I had a soft side for my kids. And basically, they were good. They were good children. They listened. My oldest one, no problem. When he started school, he would come home after school, do his homework, and then go out and play. And I never had to tell him,
Why
did you do your
was
homework? I don't know. Even throughout his school years, if he had a project to do, he did it.
Right.
Then I had my daughter who was, you did your stuff. Yeah, okay, I'm going to be doing it. She would get it done, but living on the edge.
Living on the edge. You would have thought this child has been raised at another home.
Yeah. And then my last one, he just didn't do it at all.
At all. There you go. It's the same household.
Same household.
Eating same food, sleeping same roof.
Yep.
But three different.
You know.
I never could figure that one out with our kids. Is how can they be so different like that?
Yeah, and I would always be, Pomai, what do you have to do? Let me see what you got to do. Oh, okay, don't worry, Mom, I'm going to be doing it. It's due tomorrow. Yeah, Mom, I'm getting it done. No, he didn't do it.
Yeah. Which child were you like, your oldest, the middle, or the youngest?
I was the oldest because I just did not want to feel the slipper or feel the strap or whatever.
Right. So what
I
if
just did it.
We learned in this segment, be the oldest child in your family and you will be on the straight path. If you're the second or third,
oh, you're naughty.
You're going to have some rough times. Yeah, the middle child. It's okay. It's all right. We got to fall in line some way, somehow.
Yep.
All right, very good. Having said that, we got that out of the way.
Okay.
So we got the mother and father training up, rearing up. You would get married, you raise up your kids, and now you got your grandkids that you're looking after, including the small one. Looking back at where you grew up, how you grew up, you have any regrets of that time?
No. I am so glad that I grew up in Nānākuli, then we moved to town, lived in town for a while, then we ended up in Kailua.
Even though you had to change schools and all of that?
You know what? Okay, living in town, I was going to go to Roosevelt, but we moved to Kailua. But in town at Stevenson, you had like two sects of people. You had the Hawaiians on one side, and you had the Orientals. I was deathly afraid of the Hawaiians because I thought they were so wild, and because I lived in Manoa, with all the Japanese.
Yes.
And it's like, oh my goodness. So I didn't hang out with the Hawaiians. When we moved to Kailua, it was different. Everybody blended. The Hawaiians, the Howleys, the Portuguese. And I thought, wow, everybody is like, no segregation. That was just...
Why do you think that was in the Kailua site?
I don't know. I mean...
More removed from town?
Yeah. And you had your Orientals, but not as much. So you had plenty Hawaiians, you had plenty Portuguese, plenty Howleys, and they all got along.
Yeah.
It was just, I was amazed. But good times,
Very good.
And I'm glad I ended up at Kailua. You know, I would never have met my husband.
You graduated from Kailua?
Yeah.
Was it sea riders, surf riders?
Surf riders.
Surf riders?
Yeah.
Were you in their choir? They had a
No, I
really
didn't.
amazing
No, I
choir.
can't sing to save my life, so
Back
I
in
did
the
not
day.
want to do that.
Yeah. What is your talent, your gift that you were given?
Well, at that time we were paddling, yeah, canoe paddling, and then I was dancing hula for Ed Collier.
Oh yeah.
And we danced for a long time.
Mary
yeah.
Monarch?
No. Back then, Eddie didn't want to go to Mary Monarch. He said, "We don't need to compete." Okay, so we never did. We did everywhere else.
So I danced and worked with Kamele.
Oh, that was
the
daughter.
Yes.
She was my flower girl.
Over the years, so yeah, we go way back as
Oh,
well.
nice.
So Ed, rearing her up, you know, she would obviously dance, and you know that family.
Yeah.
What you like the best about hula? You still dance hula till today?
No, I don't dance. And he ran into my sister, and he told my sister, "Hey, tell her to come back. I won't be hard on her. I won't make her sit hula style." I said, "No, I cannot. Okay, I cannot get down and get up."
Right.
But yeah, and so he never wanted to take us to compete at Mary Monarch. But then when Mary Monarch started up again and became very popular, I see his halau competing, and I'm going, "Oh, what the hell?" You know?
Yeah.
But then now he's a judge too, so you know.
What's your feeling about that? About competing at Mary Monarch and showcasing the different halau? You like competition, or you much rather it be more like a fest pack type of a thing?
I kind of wish it was a fest pack.
We show each other's halau and different. That way you can you don't have to sit there and judge.
Yeah.
Per se, someone.
Yeah, I
mean,
kind of wish that they didn't compete like that for, you know, first place, whatever.
Yeah.
Just do a fest pack celebration.
Yeah.
But, you know,
for the Hawaiian
for the
side,
Hawaiian
I
side,
agree
yeah.
100%. I wish,
You know.
and then it would be more in attendance. We can invite others from across the continent, around the world, who dance.
Yeah.
In hula, have adopted this style of dance. The Japanese is incredible.
Oh, and
they've
yeah.
adopted not only the language, the hula,
Everything.
the dress, the look, the hair, the makeup. I mean, you see one of these women from Japan walking down the street in Waikiki, and you swear they live right up in Manoa. You know,
Because they look like they're from here.
Local. It's amazing the influence we have on the rest of the world in regards to Hawaiian
Yeah,
hula.
because, I mean, you know, a lot of kumu hula go back and forth to Japan. Yeah, they have halau in Japan. So it's just amazing that it's like they have their halau here, they have their halau there. They go back and forth a couple times a year, just, you know.
You ever had any pu'ili or uli thrown across the room because you did not maybe do protocol? Or
No, I never did.
To Kumu Ed, no?
Oh no, I always listened to him because you just didn't get him mad. We did one time, I
Yes,
forget what we did, and oh my God, he did not talk to us for a whole week.
Right.
And back then his wife was dancing with us, yeah? So we'd go to her, "Nan, but why is he mad at us?" She goes, "I don't know. I really don't know. He's not even talking to me."
He didn't even know.
No.
Yeah.
I guess somebody had said something and we were all laughing. That's what made him mad. And we didn't realize it, you know. We never did that again, okay?
You
'Cause,
know, being a dancer many years, most of my kumu have been very sensitive. So you really got to watch
Yeah.
your step and watch what you say, especially the laughing part. Although they're some of the funnest human beings on earth.
Yeah.
Because they can laugh it up like anybody's.
But then
business.
just depends, you know, you just gotta, We learned from that because I think we were dancing at the canoe house back then, and one of the dancers, he had said something, then we were all laughing, but Ed didn't think it was funny. And we didn't know that, you know, so, okay, that night, we didn't realize it. Next night, he wasn't talking. By the third night, it was like, oh, what's the matter?
Yeah.
What's wrong with him? And so I looked at one of my friends and I said, "Hey, how come he's not talking to us?" She goes, "Oh, I don't know. You better go ask Nan, his wife." She said, "He won't tell me. I know he's mad at something. He's mad about something that was said." I said, oh, then we're sitting there trying to think back what was said, and so it went on for a whole week. He didn't talk to us. Finally, he called a meeting. And then he said, this was something that was said that wasn't nice. I didn't like it. And I said, oh my God. And we didn't realize it. And I said, oh, we're so sorry, you know. He said, okay. After that, you know, we watched ourselves, you know. We just you just gotta be mindful, that's all.
So of all the places you lived, because you lived in different areas on Oahu, what was your favorite?
I have to say Nānākuli.
Nānākuli.
Because I enjoyed growing up down there. It was like carefree living, you know. Come out, play. Auntie was making mango seed. Go sit down with Auntie, or she was making pickled mango, or whoever was doing something. Because a lot of my relatives would always stop by. That was the family houses, yeah.
Right.
We always had cousins to play with, and it was just enjoyable times.
Currently, are you retired, still working?
I was retired from Ke Ola Mamo almost 5 years ago, and then I was asked to come back.
What specifically doing for Ke Ola Mamo?
Community health outreach is what I was doing prior to the pandemic. Then because of the pandemic, I got laid off, and I said, okay, fine. So then after that, I thought, okay, I'm gonna stay retired. I kind of like it.
You liked it?
And then I had a sister that worked down at the airport as an ag inspector, and she said, hey, Kaʻala, you're not doing anything. You come work part-time. So I said, really? Let me think about it. So I went. I was working part-time there.
Yeah, they make good money.
So, you know, we worked maybe 3 or 4 days a week. That's it. And then I got a call from Ke Ola Mamo. Hi, what you doing? I said, why? Come back, work for us. We need help. So I said, doing what? We need a lomi specialist. So I said, oh, really?
So you do have a gift?
So, no, not being lomi, but processing the stuff, yeah, for the lomi person.
okay.
I mean, I can lomi, but
oh wow, you never said that earlier.
they wanted me to. You know,
No, it's okay.
I might break you. And anyway, so I said, let me think about it. Oh, Kaʻala, you know, if you need to work part-time, that's fine, but we need you full-time.
See, you know, the thing is hard to find good workers. You know, you're in your retirement years. Yet our younger generation, hard to fill that gap, man.
I've always worked.
Yeah.
From the time I graduated, I worked in travel for, I want to say 30 years with Mackenzie Tours, so we started there.
Yes.
And then we we were all sucked up by one person and became First Family of Travel.
Ah, yes.
Okay, we were, all of us, all Mackenzie, Tradewinds, Island Holidays, Hawaiian Holidays, we all became one big company. And then when they went under, I went to work at FedEx. I had always wanted to work for them because I had cousins on the mainland that worked for them.
Nice.
And they said, oh, this is what we got. We get this, we're making this much money. And I'm going, oh, how do I get a job like that here? So I'm reading the paper one day, and this itty-bitty ad in the paper, FedEx hiring customer service rep. Oh, I call the number, and they tell me, today's the deadline to send in your application or your resume. Oh, type it all up. I send it in. Then I get called for a meeting. So I go. There's like about 200 people there in the room. And I'm going, oh my God, I wonder how many openings they have. So the manager gets up and he says, we're hiring 4 customer service reps. And I'm going, oh,
wow.
I don't stand a chance in hell. Yeah. So I said, okay. And then we had to fill out some paperwork. And then I got called. Can you come in for an interview? Okay. I thought they were doing it for everybody. So he interviewed me, he did the whole thing. I had to do scenarios, okay? So then he says, okay, we might be in touch, I'm not sure. So then I get a FedEx delivery coming to my house.
Wow.
We want you to come for an in-house interview. I'm going, oh, okay. Oh, maybe I made the cut. I got hired. And I worked for them for about 15 years. I was in customer service at the front counter. I wasn't a courier, but it's one of the best companies to work for. They're non-union.
Very, very nice. As our interview comes to a close, what would you like to share with your ʻohana family friends? Your final last words. These days compared to the old days, your mana'o.
Well, I want to say thank you for allowing me to be interviewed. I'm grateful that I have the family that I have. I'm grateful for my children who have come a long way, now my grandkids, and I'm grateful for being able to work with the group of people that I now work with at Ke Ola Mamo. They are the best that I could ever ask for.
Well, wishing you many, many good years in your /retirement work years as you continue to work on and affect our community in a positive way.
Yep.
Last one, self-care. What do you do for self-care on a daily basis?
What do? I read the paper by myself. I get up, I have a cup of coffee, I read the paper. I go outside into my patio and I sit down, maybe for about 10 minutes, check out, see what kind of day it's going to be, water my plants, and then I'm on my merry way.
On your merry way.
Yeah.
Very
I just do what I want to do for myself before the hustle and bustle starts.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Auntie Kaʻala. We appreciate you. And thank you for joining us on this episode of Kuka with our kūpuna. I'm Tony Silva on behalf of Ke Ola Mamo. Have a blessed day. Mahalo, ahui ho. We see you soon.
Malama pono.
Aloha.